Jamil, I don't wanna tiptoe around this, I just wanna jump right into the story. Tell me, what's going on in your life?
Well, I quit my job
You quit
3 weeks ago.
job.
I've been there for 5 years and a half, and I quit my job.
Oh shit, why'd you quit?
Because I am opening a new chapter of my life where I am going to be traveling around the world for an extended period of time.
Okay, hold on. When was this decision taken?
Well, according to my boss, 3 weeks ago.
Oh yeah, that's what he thinks. But like in reality, how long?
In reality, this is something I've always wanted to do.
Which is?
Take like, I don't know, 6 months at least off and just travel to different places. And I've always wanted to travel across South America. That is not what I'm doing immediately, but eventually that's going to be the plan. I want to go from the top of South America and zigzag my way down all the way to the bottom.
But why? Why do you want to do this?
I don't know. It's just an idea I romanticized in my head at some point in my life.
Strange. And you have like
strange.
No, I'm just trying to put on different caps in my head.
Okay.
Like now I'm putting on the fine I'm putting on the like Arab parent hat. Okay.
Oh, the Arab parent hat means that what I'm doing is demolishing my future, throwing my career in the bin, and just like the worst
'cause
things possible.
You seem pretty happy at your job. You like what you do. Why would you take such drastic measures and leave, everything you've built to go on this trip? Like, do you feel like you need it that bad? Like, what's...
Because I believe in change. I think it's good to change every once in a while. And otherwise, you won't feel as alive. And plus, who knows what's going to happen in my life later? Maybe I'm going to eventually get married, have a family and stuff, and then settle down and then doing things like this is going to be a lot more difficult. So might as well take the chance while you still got it.
You're hitting me where it hurts. I mean, definitely you can't do it when you have, financial responsibilities and stuff like that. Okay, so then would you say you're in a comfortable place financially that would help you to take a step like this?
That was the biggest, one of the biggest reasons. Yes, it's a huge factor.
Like what?
That I was able to, I don't know, save a good amount of money.
Like a lot?
Good enough to do this.
Like really good?
Good enough. I'm going to say good enough to do this and invest it in different places.
Like you don't want to disclose how much you
man,
save.
you don't know. People out there listening, they might...
Those girls, the gold diggers.
Oh, those gold diggers, I don't want them.
They'll be like, I'm taking the next flight to South America. Okay, so you've like saved up a reasonable...
But yo, for real, gold diggers, hit me on the DM.
I was about to be like, Jamil's used to paying for things. But then I said, I don't know.
And then an
Okay, okay. There's a lot to unpack here.
Unpack it.
Like, do you feel like going on this trip is going to change you? Make you better? Like, what are you aspiring to get out of this trip? Fine, you go, okay, fine, pack my bag and leave. But you got to have some goals. Like, what are you trying to achieve out of it?
Okay. Well, in terms of goals, definitely it's going to be different throughout the journey. The first goal is actually to discover where I'm from. So the first step of my trip, which is coincidentally going to be traveling with you.
Whoop, whoop.
We're going to go to Palestine.
Yes. So self-discovery.
Yeah. Before you go out in the world and discover foreign places, you got to discover where you're from, which I thought would be a really cool story to the journey.
Yeah.
To start going about, it's going to be my first time ever visiting Palestine. I've never been. Have you been?
I have never been as well.
So a very similar experience for both of us. And Mo's going to be joining us and Fajr. So that's going to be a lot of fun seeing you guys perform as well.
Yeah, for the listeners who are just hearing this, Fajr and long time guest on the show, a frequent guest on the show, and myself have been invited to Palestine to perform at the Palestinian Comedy Festival. And obviously, I guess the whole posse is joining. Jamil, Mo, and everybody is going to be joining to...
The comedy coaches of Isra and Fajr.
They're going to be joining to support. And obviously, for all of us to go to Palestine for... I guess for everyone, it's the first time except for Fajr.
Yeah,
So.
true.
So that's a great way to kind of kick off, this amazing adventure that you're going to be taking.
100%.
All right, fine.
I
Self-discovery.
can't think of a cooler way to start it, like Palestine.
Yeah.
The place that your family has been telling you about ever since you were born. And
Yeah, it's almost like a fairy tale land, really.
yeah,
Like, it's going to be strange to be in a location where, like, the road signs say the cities you've been hearing about.
yeah, exactly.
Like,
Straight
it'll be
up.
like, Jerusalem. Oh, man, it's a real, actual place. I've just been hearing about it. It's like a fantasy world.
Yeah, and seeing the Masjid al-Aqsa and like, oh, that's the thing that I always see pictures of, and it gives me that feeling of like Palestine, where I'm from, but I've never connected with.
Exactly.
Also, I really want to visit Haifa as well, which is where my grandfather is from. Actually, both my grandfathers are from Haifa.
Oh, really?
And both my grandmothers are from Al-Quds. So
Nice.
that's going to be cool. And so we're going to spend maybe 2 to 3 weeks.
Are you going to do like any attempt to like track down like
things?
the old homes or something like that?
Yeah. Every time I talk to a family member about my trip to Palestine, they would tell me things like, oh, you have to visit that street. That's where your grandfather used to live and his parents used to live. And go see. And like they would say things like, I heard this. Go to the street and there's the house of I don't know who related to us. The building is still there, but it's like half destroyed. And they're like, you can actually still see it.
I wonder what that's going to be like. Like a part of me thinks that, oh, Palestine is going to be amazing. And another part of me, like to be completely honest, is worried that I'm going to be like underwhelmed. That I'm just going to be like, okay, I feel like I'm in a normal city that I've been, like I feel like I'm in Jordan or, like another city.
True.
That's what I fear, because I do want that kind of like the epiphany of like, I'm here in the motherland. I want that whole like emotional journey, and I'm worried that I won't have that. It'll just be like, just like another place.
Yeah, well, I think it might end up like part of it might be that the underwhelming thing. And I think maybe I'm being a bit philosophical here, but when you want something so bad you don't get it, but like you gotta like go with the flow.
100%.
And then it'll happen to you just by itself. You don't even have to try.
Yeah, it's kind of like my expectations might ruin it for me.
Yeah, true.
Like it's this huge deal like that.
Exactly.
Whereas what I really got to do is just be like, oh, I'm just going to Palestine. Totally normal. And then when I get there, it's like, oh, do I feel something weird? Whereas what I'm doing is like, I can't believe it.
The time has come.
For the first time ever.
Roll the red carpets, baby. I have arrived.
Exactly. So maybe I gotta downplay it emotionally.
I'm sure the Israeli soldiers are gonna be rolling the red carpets for us. One thing that's on my mind is when we land and we gotta go through those Israeli soldiers, like checking your passport and asking you questions like,
that for me I feel is gonna be like,
where have you been?
A strange emotional thing to go through.
Yeah.
Because it's like, oh, you're the person that I always see on the news.
True.
You're the enemy. And it's like, now I have to deal with you and you're interrogating me, and I'm going to be like, oh, this is what the Palestinians feel like every day. Like that.
True.
I feel is going to be like a tough one. How are you going to handle it?
I think it's going to be a shitty experience that I feel I'm going to be proud of myself coming out of it. Because even like a part of me wants it to be shitty. Because then I can be like, this is bullshit. You know what I mean?
Like you want to feel the real Palestinian experience.
Yeah, I guess so, to a certain extent. I know I will never, like, in no chance in hell will I ever feel what Palestinians in Palestine are actually feeling.
Yeah, on a day to
Because I'm
day.
like a very privileged human being.
Who's quitting his job and traveling for a year?
Yeah, exactly. But
Entitled.
yeah, like
Seriously.
the
Yeah.
most privileged.
Yeah.
Like Canadian passports, lived in UAE.
Okay.
Uh,
Okay.
but yeah, for a moment, maybe like if they do treat me shit in a shitty way, I can like it'll be like an important life experience for me to hold on to for the future.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
a
Yeah.
fir-
You
and
can
a
hold
first
on to
hand
it.
and the first hand experience. That's what I mean.
You know what I find as something that is difficult is that when you are standing in front of another person, forget everything. Forget religion, forget politics, forget يلعن أبوهم, forget everything, right? When that person is standing in front of you, and can they not see that you are human too? Like, I feel like when I make eye contact with a human, there's going to be like, hey, what's up?
A connection to
Yeah,
to a
there's
certain
gonna be
extent.
like, okay, like I can't. It's difficult for me to. I don't know.
Yeah.
I just. It's hard for me to imagine a person being mean to you, just for the sake of you entering the country. I guess because I've never experienced it before, so this is gonna be completely new to me. Like, anywhere you've ever gone, it's not like somebody's going to be angry at you for entering the country.
Yeah.
You're always like a tourist who's welcomed and that vibe.
Okay, yeah, most of the times, but yeah, I have visited some countries where like border control was shitty, like multiple times.
Yeah,
Actually.
shitty, but not like hitting you like, we're in
Yeah.
your land, bitch.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know what the experience is gonna be like in that border control in Israel, but yeah, if it's gonna be like way shittier than the shittiest experience I had, then yeah, that's gonna be shitty.
Okay.
I mean, I'm basing all this on stories that I hear. Like some people tell me they go visit and they're like, yeah, man, they had to sit me down for 4 hours. Can you imagine sitting down for 4 hours, like making you wait for 4 hours? I would be livid if I'm like visiting a country. Well, when I visit Palestine, I understand why they're doing it, right? But imagine visiting like, I don't know, Georgia, and the guy going like, we need to question you, sit down, and they make you wait for 4 hours. Yeah, I'll leave the country saying that was the worst fucking experience ever. These people are assholes, and you know what I mean?
Because it's unexpected.
Because it's unexpected.
But now we're going in expecting the worst.
Yeah.
So maybe our expectations is going to be the worst, and it might not be the worst, or it might be, but like as in our expectations are there, which is I guess what counts in this situation.
And then imagine we go there and they're like, nice to meet you, sir. Here you go. Have a wonderful time in our country. And we're walking like, treat me like shit, bitch.
This is not what I was expecting. I feel no emotions, which to be honest is kind of what happened to my parents.
Oh, really? When they went?
Yeah. When my parents went, they went through Jordan, and I guess they like paid more money for some VIP treatment.
Yeah, I heard about that. Yeah.
Okay, and then they went and they kind of like waited in a lounge, and somebody came and took their paperwork, and then they had service there, so somebody was serving them coffee. There was like nuts.
Oh, cool.
So much. Even my mom was saying, like the environment was so relaxed and not tensiony that one of the ladies that was serving was pregnant, and then my dad was like, "Oh, you're pregnant!" Like my dad was like joking around with her. My mom like got pissed at my dad. Like نسيت احنا وين على طول and then my dad was like صح her baby is going to be in the army.
So they must have been like in the Israeli border, because I heard there's like three. There's like the Jordanian side, the Israeli side, and the Palestinian side even.
Yeah.
Okay, interesting.
So,
Yeah, my dad keeps telling us like, oh yeah, one day I'm gonna take your mom and the kids and we're gonna go to Palestine as well.
and the kids.
Being like my brother and sister, or maybe only my sister, I don't know. And he was like, but I would drive from Jordan to Ramallah or whatever.
Oh,
Like
really?
he wouldn't fly. Like he
Why?
refuses.
Why?
He's like, I don't want to land in Tel Aviv.
Because then you have to be in an Israeli city.
Yeah. I don't know. It's
But
a point
it's just a lot of time wasted, to be fair. Because we were
That's
going to
what I
do
was
the
thinking.
other way, to be fair. We initially said we were going to go through Jordan. But then I started imagining that's like almost a full day wasted flying to Jordan and driving to the airport, then the border, then, you know?
Yeah, no, I agree. Like for me, I thought no, it's convenient. Just fly to Tel Aviv and get a car from there and go to Ramallah straight away.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's like the notion of my dad. That's the opinion of my dad. I kind of see his point, but I also like, because I feel like either way you're paying Israel, right? Like even if you're passing their borders from Jordan, you're
Maybe
paying
like
the
from
entry
Jordan,
there.
there's just like more comfort from the fact that like you're on your home turf,
Yeah.
you know, whereas Tel Aviv, it's just like you're just landing directly in Tel Aviv.
At their place. Yeah, true.
But anyways, I mean, we'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see how it goes. Okay, so first part of your journey is self-discovery. And then?
Palestine. And then I'm going to Jordan to visit my grandparents, see them. And then going to go to Barcelona, where my sister is going to be there. She's going to be doing her master's, so I'm going to visit her for some time. I have a friend in Berlin I want to visit. And eventually make my way to South America. But I'm going to come back to UAE before I go to South America. So around December.
Sounds like you're just like partying, having fun, like just meeting up with people.
Yeah, a little bit.
What do you want to achieve from this?
No, I don't have anything. Like my trip is going to be like an unwritten script. Like I don't have like
just gonna go with the flow vibes.
Yeah, something like that.
Man, but it's always nice when you have like a thing going on in parallel.
Well, in parallel, I do have things going on. It's not like I'm just going to be like doing nothing.
Okay.
One, I am going to be recording stories for Hamburger Generation. I'm excited to meet like as many new people as I can who hopefully will have interesting stories to share. And then I'll be like, hey, by the way, I have a podcast. You want to record this?
Yeah.
Pull out the mics and start recording.
For sure.
So, which brings us to the topic of discussion of the new setup of our podcast now that I'm going to be away for some time.
Now that you've selfishly decided to completely take this huge decision without asking my permission. Yeah.
If my mom was listening to this, she'd be like, "Hey, قولي له ايه شو هذا؟ شايفة كيف عامل فينا؟ تركنا هيك."
Dude, I'm sure you're getting it from your parents. I'm sure.
Yeah, every now and again, but they understand. They've
They've come around.
Yeah, they're cool.
Okay, cool. So I guess moving forward, since you're not going to be in the country, we're going to be in two different locations post-Palestine.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess you'll just do your own thing and I'll do my own thing.
Yeah, so moving forward, Hamburger Generation episodes are going to consist of episodes recorded by Isra and whoever she brings as a storyteller, and episodes I record with myself and whoever I bring as a storyteller.
Okay.
And we'll edit them and post them, same as always. And it's just going to be a new chapter for the podcast.
Mm-hmm.
But I am back in December, so we can get back to recording some episodes while I'm in Dubai for that short period of time.
That's cool. December, the month where nobody is in Dubai.
Yeah, that's true. Not about like Christmas and New Year's I'm going to spend in Jordan, so a bit before that. I'm thinking either before that or in January.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
So yeah, that's the announcement for you Hamburger Generation listeners. How do you feel about performing in Palestine?
Wait,
What
hold
are
on.
your thoughts?
I'm feeling some things about what we said on the podcast a bit ago.
What?
Like, I feel like we kind of started this podcast being like, yeah, man, we're going to keep it real, you know, no religion, no politics. We're just going to, you know, stories, personal experiences. But somehow we've kind of like come to this little chapter in our life where we are forced to talk about politics. You know, we're going to be experiencing something that is highly political in a very...
And very religious.
Yeah, we're going to like the epicenter.
Yeah.
You know?
where three religions like converge with each other on a consistent basis, with political turmoil constantly heating up.
Which is kind of like the opposite of our kind of vision.
Lightheartedness of the podcast. What's funny about all of this is that we are going under the umbrella of comedy. Isra is gonna go there and make them forget about the occupation.
I really hope they laugh.
There's like protests happening and like people are dying, and Isra is coming on stage like, who's ready to laugh?
اسمك شو هاي شو بدها هاي من وين جاي
من شان دين ربك انا اهلي قاعدين عم بيتمزعوا بالبيت.
Oh my gosh, I swear I have never more closely been like keeping up with Palestinian and Israeli news.
Right,
you know, like even the tiniest like internal Israeli protests for political whatever. I'm just like, okay, okay.
Yo, apparently that's not tiny though. That's like pretty huge.
Yeah, it's getting big. Yeah. It's getting big. But yeah, I'm just like, I'm trying to feel out like, what's the scene? Like, what's the vibe gonna be like when I get on the stage? Are people gonna be like
ready to laugh,
or is it gonna be like, we just came from a funeral, what up? And I'm just gonna be like, oh no. Dear God, I'm nervous for my own selfish you know,
like you don't want to be sucky. Well, I think it's gonna be fine.
I think that people who are going to a comedy show want to laugh. This is what I keep trying to reassure myself with.
That's true.
Like they paid a ticket, they got dressed, they left their house, they drove all the way there because they're like, we're ready to laugh.
You know what, you never know, maybe these people are more ready to laugh than anyone else even, because like
because they're just like, come on man, all we need is just
a
give us a little
like
comedy, we deserve it.
We're thirsty for like letting go.
Yeah.
Maybe.
And then I get on stage and they're like, boo.
Who brought the tomatoes?
Oh.
Chuck them at you. That's definitely not gonna happen. Yo, your set is funny. Your set is killer. Also, Fajr's. Come on. I mean, at the end of the day, I helped you guys write it, so it's gonna be killer for sure. I'm gonna be mouthing everything you say.
Jamil's gonna be in the back of the audience with a single tear rolling down his cheek like a proud father.
Yeah, and I'm gonna be like, this is why I quit my job. For this moment right here, right now.
Yeah, what's funny is that obviously me and Fajr are performing, and Fajr is my brother. So we've like convinced my dad to come out.
Yeah, that's cool.
And to watch the show. And then my dad's like, بس أنا خايف يعني, what if they interview me? يعني both your children are clowns? You proud of yourself?
Yeah.
Just like, yeah, mommy, you're gonna be so proud of us.
Especially with Fajr calling it clown college constantly. It's so funny.
And then so then we like did a prova for my dad. He's like, خليني أشوف شو, you know, what you're gonna say. بلاش ما تفضحونا فلسطين هلا.
So you guys like previewed the set to him?
We previewed, and like both our sets are 5 minutes long, so it was like, let's say 10 minutes in total. I'd say like 7.5 minutes in, the edge of his lip, like the little corner here, curled slightly, like it did like a
not even like a
like it just went like
sound.
And I looked at Fajr.
Zoom in camera.
I looked at Fajr and I was like, we did it.
No, you should have been like, ooh, tough crowd.
Seriously. And then there's,
is this on?
Dude, and then there's like my mom, obviously my mom like overcompensating for my dad's lack of laughter.
Oh my God.
والله بيضحك عن جد حلو, يعني شيء حلو اللي بتحكوه حلو. But yeah, so it'll be
that's like
interesting.
very similar to my mom listening to the podcast every once in a while. I just like randomly go back home, and my mom like first thing she tells me, شو الهبل اللي حاطه? I was like, what? What are we talking about here?
Yeah, my mom is such a hustler. She only listens to the podcast when I tell her that we're being sponsored and that the more listens we get like money. So then I'll walk in the kitchen, she's cooking, and I hear like the podcast playing. She's like بضلني أعيدها over and over عشان يطلع لكم إشي يعني شوف ما راح يطلع. I'll be like, Mama, it's like 10 cents an episode.
Yeah.
Like you're wasting the electricity it takes to charge your phone is
True.
costing more than what we're making. Yeah. But the whole Palestine thing, like if we're talking real talk, there really are a lot of layers, like emotional layers that are happening in my brain, my heart, going into this. Because like there's the first chunk, which is like the border. Like this concern that I have, the border, what's going to happen? What is it going to be like? They're going to hate me. They're just going to, like, it's just going to be people who are designed to be my enemy. Like that whole experience that I'm going through emotionally. And then there's the actual visiting of Palestine and finally getting to see the Palestine that I've heard of my entire life.
That's exciting.
That's a whole other thing.
Yeah.
And then there's the 5 shows in 4 major cities in front of a large audience and trying to make them laugh. So,
speaking of which, there are Ramallah, Nablus,
Beit Lahem, and Jerusalem.
Yeah, come out and hopefully give Isra some
please laugh.
petty laugh.
Seriously. So like these are like the 3 chunks that I have to deal with emotionally. So sometimes I'll just be sitting there and then I'll just start thinking about like, oh, what's it gonna be like, the border or that? Like, and then I go like, I'm kind of like, it's like anxiety just thinking of it. And I'm like, whatever, it's gonna be fine. And then somebody will come up to me and be like, so you're freaking out about the shows? And I'm like, oh God, the shows.
I forgot about that. Yeah. I was too busy thinking about this.
Exactly. So it's, emotionally unstable at the moment.
Okay, I have 2 things to say. One, dude, wallah, your set is killer, and it's definitely gonna get laughs.
Obviously, you're complimenting it because...
No, wallah, it will get laughs. I stopped laughing, but that's only because I've heard it like at least 27 times.
You really have. Also, by the way, when we finish recording, just remind me, I want to run through it one more time with you.
Oh, God.
Okay.
And the second thing I wanted to say, yeah, man, I heard this guy talking the other day on like some random podcast, and he's like, you need to have every year, I don't know, something like 2, 3, or 4 things that define that year for you.
Whoa.
And definitely the year 2023, going to Palestine, that's going to be a defining moment for 2023.
Dude.
For us all.
I swear to God, I was thinking of this today. And I was thinking, if somebody came up to me 2 months ago, like, I don't know, Ramadan, when was Ramadan? April, May, that vibe, and told me, hey, by the way, Isra, in 3-4 months, you're going to go to Palestine to perform at a stand-up comedy show. I would be like, what? No way in hell. Like, right. This is kind of like this insane whirlwind of a thing that's occurred,
True.
But by the way, the year 2023, I already have a slogan for it.
What is it?
2023, year of me.
Oh my God. The last time we said that, COVID happened.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. In the year just before COVID happened, it was like New Year, and then March came. So that New Year, the slogan for that me, Mo, and all our friends kept like screaming at the top of our lungs because we're a bunch of idiots. Was,
of course.
What was it? It was the year
2020.
2020, new me. 2020, new me. We kept saying it. New year, new me. And then COVID happened.
I guess it was a new you. Really.
Yeah, true.
2023, year of me. That's really what I've said this hundreds, maybe even thousands of times since the year started. So I'm really excited about this, like, really just out of the blue, crazy whirlwind is the only way to describe it, because it's kind of like it's come and it's taken us with it, and it's like excitement that has ensued ever since. And
yeah, it's like a hurricane now.
Yeah,
it's a storm you can't stop.
I just need something to rhyme with 2024 now.
Oh yeah, when we get there.
I'm thinking because
2024. I will be a whore.
I mean my mind went there, but I was like, I'm not gonna say it. 2024. Shut the door. Maybe it's like my antisocial year. Shut the door.
2024. I'll finally do my chores.
Okay. Maybe for a kid. 2024. Something no more.
Oh yeah.
Like what? No more. Putting up with bullshit. No more. Yeah.
No,
Put my
no
foot
bullshit.
down.
Anyhow,
2024.
you have only 2023 for bullshit.
It's funny. No, that 2023 is the year of me. Whatever rhymes with 2024, I'm just gonna have to live by for a year. So better make it good. 2024, level up the score. A score rhymes with 4, man.
2024. I will close the abajur.
2024.
I'm gonna be sleeping a lot in 2024.
That's a good one. 2024. I now clean with chlor. A real clean year.
Very fucking spotless.